Hello, this is a video how to gain bit points. Starting with the quests that you have from Indison and Gelkmarus fortresses. They are shareable. What I do normally, I have an out character that I shared all the quests to before. So with it, I can share to my main or friends or whatever the quest at any point. Doesn't matter if we have the fortresses or not. That's the cool part about it. So, while you're watching these quests, I'm gonna speak a little bit about how you can get a bit point. You have 5 ways of doing so. First, PvP, like killing Gasmos or Belios if you're a Asmodean, gives you a bit point. Second thing, the PvP instances. Breach, Kamar Battlefield, Runatorium Swashit Guildom, Bastion Battlefield, and Dredgen, which is not really that optional right now. I do not recommend it because you actually have to wait for the instance to finish or to finish it yourself, which is a bit ridiculous, but I had to mention it. Next thing, PvE instances. For sure you are all doing, or should be at least doing, Steel Bastion. The next one, which you may or may not be doing, is Upper Abyss Fortresses. I guess it doesn't really matter on what server or faction you are, you most probably have at least one Upper Fortress. Next thing is the indecent instances, the soul instances, Hall of Knowledge, and Cursed and Argent Monarch. Later in the video I'm gonna show them both. You enter in those by using fragments, which you gain by farming mobs or quests. Now, I'm gonna mention a bit more about that later. Next thing, as we said, the quests which are here in Gison and Gelkmarus Fortress quests. And after that, we have the Battle Medallion exchange. I'm gonna show it in a bit what I mean and how much you can get. You can gather battle medallions from few places. First, you get battle medallions from the High Deva instances, which are Adma, Wap, Arkau, and Kroban base. After that, you can also get from 2 of the old content instances, which are Rentus base and the PvE bridge. And then the most important place is the Chaos Rift. This is the place you get the most bit points from if you are doing it properly, depending on the server of course and your faction. But my point is, if you are in good conditions with this, you can make up to like, I don't know, like 200k abyss points per rift. Of course, the condition for that is really hardcore, so let's say you're making 100k. Next thing is the PvP Radiant Token quest. Gonna show in a bit. And the last place you get a bit points is events, but obviously this is a little bit out of your control, so not gonna go into details.
Okay, this is basically where you take the weekly quests for the etheric fragments for the whole Hall of Knowledge / the Noir Mysticerium instance. They are pretty easy to do. Just take like, I don't know, like 5 to 10 minutes. Pretty simple. You can also farm those fragments by killing mobs in Acheron, Cawdor, Insignia and Vanguard. The instance doesn't really have cooldown, so you can do it as many times as you want, as long as you have fragments. Make sure you load those mobs, because as I said previously, they can drop the fragments as well. Forgot to mention, you enter in the instance from this red portal. Okay, I'm gonna show the health knowledge slash Mysticerium, the Nord Mysticerium next. It can have 3 types of run. It's random which one you get. 2 of them are slightly faster and the defense is a bit slower. Okay, and this is the first variant, which apparently is the defense. So, pretty much easy, because you don't really need to know the instance from the previous patches, how it used to look like. Just sit here and defend. It has something like 3 stages of the mobs. Basically, you will notice them by that at one point the mobs will stop spawning for like 10 seconds or so, and then it will be the next one. At one point, I think the second stage was it, the mobs start spawning inside as well, on the right side. Nothing to worry about. Obviously, the classes that have OS skills have advantage over others. Now, for classes for like Assassin, what is really important that you know, well, for all classes, but for Assassin mostly, because he doesn't really have any kind of OS skills. You need to be attacking each mob at least 1 or 2 times so it hits you. The goal in this instance is to protect your crystals. Once you kill all the mobs, this mob will spawn, you kill it, and that's about it. I'm not gonna slow down the rewards, you're gonna check them for yourself. Basically, it's approximately around 10k abyss points per one of those runs, which is not bad at all, because it takes like less than 10 minutes. You also get mana stones. I forgot to mention, you also get money from this. You can, with a little bit of luck, you can get even Illusion Godstone bundle or Stigma. This variant is a bit harder, the hardest of the 3, because first you need luck, where the mobs will be spawning, because they have many random spawns. And second, you need to know how the instance looks like, be moving on time. aka, if you haven't been doing that instance in the old patches, you would need at least few runs on this one to actually start doing it properly. I messed up a bit, because I fell down here, I missed one mob, then I lost time, I didn't kill some mobs. So don't mind this. Just do it the best you can, and that's about it. Of course, the end reward depends on how many of those mobs you manage to kill within the time limit, which is 5 minutes. By the way, you can check the time limit if you start with scroll in the beginning, just when your scroll is over. Now, what's important is check the keys. The keys are 3 types, and you need to know which ones to open, the doors.
Once the time is over, every mob disappears and you come here to the mob, loot that mob and open the chest. Okay, and the last of the three possible variants. Here you need to be looting. It's like the second one, but you need to be looting boxes, and they may or may not have key in them. Now you should ignore the mobs if possible. Maybe CC them. Loot as many boxes as you can for those 5 minutes. It's only this part of the instance, so you don't need to be going anywhere else. Just keep going down. My suggestion is do like I did, start from up and go down, 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 because it's easier. The keys are 3 types. Basically, the maximum that you need is 4 gold, 3 small silver and 1 big silver. Because the gates are 8 in total, the first 4 are opened with the gold keys. The first 3 of the second 4 are with the small silver keys, and the last one is with the big silver key. The last one is the most important because it is the one that can drop you the illusion god stones, the one that drops mana stones, and the one that can drop even stigma, I guess, and the Asian coins. Depending on your server, the prices may be higher or lower. For those fragments, you can farm them like the other ones in all 4 maps. The cooldown of the instance is 7 times per week, sorry. And here you go. Once the gate is down, you need to be really fast. You need to be killing only the mobs that give points, and make sure you loot those mobs like the one that I'm killing. It's a random spawn in one of the 4 corners, 2 of the 4 corners, so you need to loot both of those. And because I forgot in this run and I lost my S rank because of it, you need to be extremely fast in order to make S rank. Now, it's not required to make S rank. A rank also gives nice amount of abyss points, so A rank is still okay. Just do not forget to load them. Keep going. If you are a class that can afford to be hitting more than 1 mobs at the same time, please do so, because it's much better to be moving faster. Here, for example, I forgot to loot this one, and bam, no S rank for me. As you see, I'm pulling more mobs and dotting and stuff faster. Some of the classes can... Now, how this part works is when you click on the door, check the buff, and you need to be hitting with the opposite element. Fire, opposite is water. Earth, opposite is wind. So if it's wind, you go on earth. If it's earth, you go on wind. If it's water, you go on fire. If it's fire, you go on water. Now, when you enter here, make sure you're killing those eyes really fast, because they spawn mobs that don't give points, and you will just have to waste time killing those if they aggro on you. If you want to skip something, you need to be killing the mobs on the gate. And here is basically just run and attack. Now, if you're a melee, it's very important that you are sitting far from those fires. Move with the boss from the fires, because it makes silence, both physical and medical. Okay, and the next one is exchanging battle medallions, or boot marks and amen. 230 battle medallions is one weapon, which costs 116k abyss points. So it's approximately 500 abyss points for one medal. It's certainly harder to get than the previous patches, but it may be faster with a little bit of effort. And here it is, the Radiant tokens. Basically, um, it's you have to join, like from this NPC, for example. There are NPC in cities, not just this one where you can join. And when you select on the steward one and you go on rewards, there are 4 bundles. Each cost different tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 is icon, 2 is seal, 3 is goblet, 4 is crowns. It gives you a random number of goblets, crowns or whatever, as well as a random type.